Imagine that friends are like seasonings in a meal. Each one has its own unique flavor and adds a special touch to the recipe for life. Some are like salt, always present to provide that basic touch of support and company. Others are like pepper, adding a little spice and excitement to your days. But bad friends are like those electronic devices that are always looking for an outlet to recharge, but never give you power back when you need them. They are like a charger who only cares about their own battery and has no interest in maintaining balance in the relationship. So in 2011, back in high school, I met this guy who became my friend. He was that kind of person that always had a plan, knew a lot of people, and always wanted more than he had. He was always making jokes about me and took down my achievements. I really don't know why I continued being his friend for so long. But I have to admit that being his friend was fun because he was always doing fun stuff, hanging around, smoking weed, you know. He was the person who had the easiest time getting weed in the small town we lived in, at least that I knew. We frequently ended up in a random square of the town and just sat down there to smoke pot and drink something. He always took advantage of me because since I worked and he didn't, I had money to spend on marijuana. So as he was the one who got it, he always kept apart without putting any money. What's fun about it is that he thought that I didn't realize that when it was really obvious. I had to endure it because he was the sole person I knew who get weed in town. But as time went by, theft increased. He was keeping like half I bought and didn't even care. He believed he had the right to do that. So one summer afternoon in 2019, he told me that he could get a very good one at a high price.
I'll buy it at a high price.
But that he had tried it and it was the best weed on earth. I gave him the money and he promised that later that day he would bring the stuff. But the stuff never came. When I saw him with his hands empty, I could imagine the worst. "Don't worry, I gave the money to the guy and tomorrow he will deliver the weed to me," he said. But that day arrived and nothing happened. This dude continued with his excuses and I knew that probably he would have stolen my money. According to him, the person who he had given the money had scammed him, but I knew that that wasn't the case at all. I was constantly texting and calling him. He didn't respond. It was really infuriating. This guy still had the nerve to tell our friends that I was bothering him for no reason. Furthermore, this dude in that period of time went to a hairdressing course without having any money, meaning he paid for it at my expense. About 2 weeks later, frustrated by the scam, I decided to tell him all the shit I thought about him. And of course blocked him and didn't talk to him again. This time he had gone so far. Unfortunately, he didn't accept my invitation to fight. Finally, I ended up without my money and without my weed, but that helped me to open my eyes and eliminate that person from my life, who was obviously not my friend.